Okay, so day one at the dojo, now we're going to do a process Kaizen. So the sensei will show us that his goal is to draw this picture on the board. And he went through the entire process, and the entire process took about 21 seconds. He's writing that down right now. And that was to draw the circle, draw the symbol, open the cap, put it down, and then sit down over in the chair. So we're analyzing the value and the non-value added activity. The only value is when the actual drawing is being placed on the board. All this transportation and motion going back and forth is non-value added. There is the value added, what he's doing right now, and that is only comprised of about 7 seconds. So we measured the value added activity as opposed to the non-value, the motion, the transportation, and so forth, and we concluded that we have quite a bit of non-value added activity. So how can we get rid of it? They challenged everybody. So number one is move the chair closer, removing the transportation. That was a good idea. Another person said remove the chair, and Toyota said they would not do that because the most important thing for Toyota is that the work is comfortable, and if the work becomes uncomfortable for the worker, they can't produce consistent quality over a long period of time. So Toyota wouldn't necessarily remove the chair. Then they said, okay, let's lower the board down, let's sit in the chair, lower the board down so you don't have to get up and down. That's a reasonable idea. Then the next thing was the removal of the cap and putting the cap back on. How do we eliminate that process? Well, then we asked ourselves, why do we remove the cap? Because the pen dries out. Is there another instrument we could use? Some people said yes, chalk. The problem with chalk is then it's dusty and it's dirty. It requires more processing to clean up and so forth. Is there some other kind of instrument we could use? And the sensei said, how about a Crayola? And indeed, a Crayola would work perfect. It doesn't leave any residue. It would accomplish the goal. It would not dry out. And then he said, well, let's just hang the Crayola from a string. Of course, all the other people came up with all these different creative ideas. It was a very good exercise. And at the end of the day, we went ahead and performed the activity and did it in 8 seconds. So there was only 1 second of muda. And he concluded, hey, there's going to be a little bit of muda, but this is what a process Kaizen is all about. We're removing all the non-value, or as much as possible, of the muda, so we end up with as much value-added activity as opposed to non-value activity. Very interesting exercise, and it was very clear the way this was done. Day one at the dojo, we're learning so much.